I'm Mercedes with Father Engagement.
Hello, and I'm Benny Herron with the Father Engagement Unit.
So, Benny, can we have a conversation about having clear and appropriate expectations for our children and how this can help reduce stress in our homes and also with our teens?
Sure, but I think we can maybe look at this beyond just teens. In my experience, having appropriate expectations can make things smoother no matter what your child's age might be.
That's a good point. You can really build up a child's esteem by praising them when they show positive behaviors. This can lead them to continue those positive behaviors. On the other hand, if your child is showing some behavior that you're not really wanting to see, it could sometimes mean that as parents, we're setting up inappropriate expectations.
Well said, well said. So, like, appropriate expectations equal appropriate behaviors, and inappropriate expectations equal inappropriate behaviors. So I think a great example is like if you have a 3-year-old child and you're asking them to maybe do some things that are beyond their developmental stage. For example, like asking them to tie their own shoe or dress themselves or help you wash the dishes. That will only probably frustrate you and your child. So, we just have to be sort of intentional and aware that, having inappropriate expectations can make your child maybe feel ashamed or, like they aren't intelligent or, even deeper, it could affect their self-esteem and lower their confidence. So just making sure that you're guiding your children based on their developmental stage is really the key.
That's a really good point. And also, it could be very stressful. I know you always talk about monitoring the temperature in your house, and it could be stressful for a parent if they're expecting a child to do certain tasks and they're not able to. So
Right,
I appreciate you talking about that. But also, we know that no two kids are alike,
right,
and one knows your child as well as you do. And so I think awareness is key. But
right.
what do we do about teens? How can we set appropriate expectations and motivate them to make good decisions and show positive behavior?
I mean, I think you sort of answered your own question, making sure that, especially for teens, that you have clear expectations and clear goals sort of set for them. Be detailed, to some degree in your instructions. If you want them to help you with dinner and you have a task for them and you say for dinner again, for example, ask them, hey, I need you to make the salad. And instead of just saying, hey, I need you to make the salad, say, hey, I need you to cut up the vegetables. I need you to cut up the carrots.
Hmm.
I need you to help me with dinner and be a part of the process while they're doing those things. And if you have specifics like no cell phones at the table or no cell phones during dinner, explain to them, why you feel that is important. And that why can sort of lead to why, make it less punitive and, something that they can be a part of and want to enjoy in the process. And, having clear expectations equals appropriate behaviors and decision making choices. And unclear expectations will simply equal inappropriate behaviors and decision making choices. So we have to model that as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Especially when you're having dinner, if you as parents are on your cell phone and you talk about role modeling, then what can you expect when you're trying to set expectations for your teenager not to have their cell phone during dinner? So I think that's really important. I also think that parents forget to praise their children. And
Right.
so it's important for us to let our children know how much we appreciate their efforts. When children receive praise, they feel appreciated, and it motivates them to even work harder.
Right, right. And that's so true. I mean, I think one way to sort of look at it is to think about what maybe you would have wanted or needed
Mhm.
as a child, and it's almost like, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? And usually the squeak isn't something we like. So we tend to pay a lot of attention to our children when they're doing something wrong, when something's bad. That's when all eyes are on them. But just making sure that you maybe have that same energy, as people like to say these days, when they're doing something right or doing something good, or just the mundane things. You appreciate them keeping their room clean and doing their homework on time. So the praise piece is so key, and just modeling that and reminding yourself that hey, this is what I may have needed or wanted when I was a child, and I think your children and your relationship with your child will benefit from that.
I really appreciate you providing that analogy, and I agree with everything that you're saying. I think that I need to remind myself to praise my teenage daughter more often. So thank you for that.
Well said. Well said. Thank you. Thank you for the conversation. Simply put, we are the Father Engagement Unit. And for more tips about fathering, head over to fairfaxcounty.gov and search dads. Let's fist bump.